everybody. Angie, owner of Yoga on North in Willimantic. Today we'll be practicing a pretty gentle yoga sequence with using a tennis ball for fascia release. Fascia is essentially the scaffolding on the inside of the body that helps all of the body parts, muscles, bones, ligaments, tendons, move over each other. And sometimes when the fascia is inflamed or damaged, we experience discomfort in the body. So we're just going to use the tennis ball. If you have any other kind of ball, lacrosse ball, that would work too. But I use a tennis ball because I find that they're inexpensive and they're usually accessible. So we'll get started. Keep the ball close by. Closing your eyes, bringing your palms so they're facing up towards the sky, putting yourself into a receiving position. Take a few grounding breaths in and out, inhaling through your nose, exhaling out of your mouth with a light, audible sigh. As many as you need to take before coming into a natural rhythm of breath. Noticing how your body feels, areas that feel cold, tight, areas that feel warm, relaxed. Just take in the information. Begin to move your head from side to side. Just noticing if one side feels tighter than the other. There's no X-ray or CAT scan that shows if fascia is inflamed. So movement tests are the best way to find these areas. So we'll take the tennis ball to the right hand and very softly roll on the side of the neck, staying away from bones, staying away from veins. You can bring the tennis ball on the back of the ear, roll it down as you draw your head down, and then as you bring the tennis ball back up, you lift your head back up. Rolling and softening the fascia, warming it up, getting good blood flow to that space, and feel the difference. Turn your head from side to side once again. So we'll even ourselves out. Small circles, light presses, small circles, light presses. Roll the ball down and back up. Moving your head to the opposite side as you roll it down, lifting your head back up as you bring the ball back up. And just take your time in this area. We store a lot of chronic tension here. Pause, notice, move your head from side to side, see what changes have taken place already. We'll take a deep breath in, sweep your arms up. Exhale, twist to one side. Holding here, shoulders down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, twist to the other side. Deep breath in, complete breath out. Reaching your arms up. Float the arms back down. Grab onto the tennis ball and just start to circle right around the front of the shoulder, the pectoral wall, and you can turn your head from side to side. Circle, roll, soft presses, getting into the adhesions. Circle and press, circle and press. Just notice the difference as you bring your arms back and forth, the difference in the two sides of the chest. It doesn't take a lot of time in the area to create a difference in how the muscles feel and how they move. Just create this openness. We're going to come to the other side. Small circles and press. small circles, and press, being sure to avoid any sensitive tissue in the body. And you're just below the clavicle. Come back to your movement test, opening your arms back and forth, rounding in. Exhale as you bring your hands forward. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to get into some pretty deep areas of our glutes, but first let's take a forward fold. Notice how your low back feels, your glutes, your hamstrings, and just bring the ball to one side. Draw your shoulders back, taking in the information that your legs are offering. Does one side feel a little tighter than the other? So take the tennis ball and place it underneath your right glute. There's going to be a slight bend to the right knee and a deep bend to the left. And you're just applying small circles, very lightweight. Your hands are propping you up, controlling how much pressure you have on the ball. Again, staying away from any sensitive tissue. Sticking with the outer hip, the glute. And when you find a point that feels tender, pause there. Move your knee from side to center and circle again. Taking as many rounds as it feels good for your body. And then notice in a seated position how the two legs, the two sides feel. We'll take a forward fold. Feeling the difference with just that little bit of fascia work. We'll bring it to the other side. So your hands prop you up, controlling how much pressure you have on the ball. Circle and press and circle and press. Maybe this side feels more sensitive than the other side. That is pretty common for one side to feel very different. So lighten up your pressure, take care of yourself. Move your knee from side to center. Just getting into a little adhesion or trigger point. Coming into easy pose, seated position. Let's reach the arms up, send your legs straight out, deep breath in, exhale, third forward fold. Easy breath in as you lift back up. Making our way into tabletop. And just start to circle your palm, pressing your fingers into the ball, getting into the connective tissue between each finger. You can circle, giving the palm a light massage. And then we're going to come into the forearm. So flip your arm up and just move from the elbow towards the wrist. Again, being mindful of any areas that feel uncomfortable or sensitive. Just go light and easy, rolling and pressing and rolling and pressing. And we pause, feel the difference in the two arms. Maybe there's some tingling, there's some pulsing. Feel the energy flowing. We'll even ourselves out. Circle with your left hand and just apply a little bit of pressure between each finger. And the ball is going to roll around a little bit. That's okay. You can have fun with it. Getting into the forearm, the top of the arm, the underside of the arm. Just light, easy pressure. Again, we pause, circle your wrists, feel the difference. Making our way now towards our shin. You want to stay off the bone. You want to be on the outside of the shin bone. So from the bottom of the knee all the way down towards the ankle. And you'll feel this muscle. So rolling and pressing, rolling and pressing. Send that right leg out. Press your heel back. And if you want to circle your hips a little bit, go for it. Sink back into child's pose, taking a deep breath in, complete breath out. All right, let's even ourselves out. Remember, staying off the bone, to the left of the bone where you feel that muscle. So from your knee down towards your ankle. There's a spot that is asking for a little bit more attention, hang out in that spot a little bit. And let's extend the left leg out. Press the left heel back if you want to circle your hips. Just light, easy circles in one direction and then the other. Melting right back into child's pose. Your knees are together. Let's take a deep breath in. Complete breath out. Shoulders soft. Face soft. Mouth relaxed. We'll take a few tilts and tucks. Cat-cow. My favorite for restoring flexibility in the spine. Inhale as you tilt. Exhale as you tuck. Send your right leg out, circle your right foot. And as you exhale, we drop into low lunge. And then we sink it back, flex your right foot, straighten out the right leg, nose towards your knee. So we're noticing how the calf muscle feels. We're gonna tuck the tennis ball now right behind the right knee. And you may have to hold it there if you want. It takes a little practice. The ball is going to move around and you just sink back into child's pose again. If it feels too intense, just lift your sit bones away from your heels or come down onto your forearms. Otherwise, a few deep breaths. We'll begin to move the ball down now towards the center of the calf muscle. And again, sit back. You control the pressure that you put on the ball. Breathing into any areas of resistance, tension, discomfort. It shouldn't hurt you. It may feel challenging, but it should never hurt you. So if you're finding that's your experience, come out of it, switch it up, and we move it down now towards the bottom of the calf muscle. Holding here a few breaths. And if it feels rushed for you, you take the time you need. All right, let's remove that tennis ball. Send your leg back out. Feel the difference now that you've worked the fascia and the connective tissue a little bit more. So low lunge, sinking back now, straightening out the right leg, flex your foot. And come into hero's pose. Knees bent. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can always come into seated pose. Before we head into the other side, extend your left leg straight back. Pull the left foot forward. We start with a quick low lunge, and then we drop the hips back, straighten out the left leg. Nose towards your knee. Take the ball now, tuck it behind your left knee, sink back, let your head rest comfortably, maybe on your hands, maybe all the way down on the mat, but take your time to get there. And just notice what's happening in the top of the calf muscle on the left side.
bring it down a little bit further towards the center of the calf muscle. And one more position, just a little further down to the base of the calf muscle. And you may have to hold the ball in place when you're working this area. You can even rock a little bit from side to side, massaging the base of the calf muscle. All right, let's release it out. And send the leg out, left foot forward, quick low lunge, and let's sink it back. Right hip above the right knee, left leg nice and straight, foot's flexed, nose towards your knee. A few breaths in and out here. All right. Come on into a seated position. Make sure you have room behind you. Take the ball with you. And we're going to place the ball behind our right shoulder blade. And you don't want to be on the bone. You want to find your little trigger point. We store a lot of tension in this area. You may need help. Maybe someone's at home. They can place the ball for you. I usually use my opposite hand, cross it over, and place the ball. And allow your body weight to nestle into the ball. You can move it around if you'd like, move it a little further down. Just starting to track or trace that entire muscle. Taking a few full deep breaths in and out here. Getting some good oxygen to that space. Let's remove the ball. Allow your shoulder blades to spread across the mat, feeling the difference between the two sides. We'll even ourselves out. Place the ball, the back of the shoulder blade, not on the bone, finding a trigger point, an area that feels tense and tight. Breathing into that space. Chin is tucked. Your back flat, comfortable on the mat. And move it around. You can also take care of this area standing up, pressing your back into a wall with the tennis ball in between your body and the wall. And you can just roll around, again, avoiding bones, spine. So we'll release this out, letting your shoulder blades once again spread across the mat, straighten your legs out, let your feet fall open, and notice the freedom you've created in your body. Checking in with different sensation. Can you feel your heartbeat anywhere other than your chest? And if your mind feels restless, inhale, count to 4, exhale, count to 4, staying as long as you want. Otherwise, joining me, stretching out. Draw the right knee in. Draw the left knee in. You can circle your ankles, you can circle your legs, giving your low back a little bit of a massage, squeezing and soaking cartilage in the hips, in the knees. Whatever you choose to do, move with ease. Send the legs straight up. Circle your feet. with your feet down. Lift your hips up. Try not to squeeze your glutes. Just recruit those muscles enough to lift. Our gaze is at our belly. We're watching our belly rise and fall with breath. Vitality, prana. So come over to one side. A few breaths here, just to let everything come together. Notice how nice it feels to not rush. Slowly push your way back up into a seated position. Take some movements. Deep breath in, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Sweep your arms up on a breath in. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach your arms up. Thumbs to the forehead, think good thoughts, speak kind words, and do good things. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. Be well.